Hello and welcome to another daily devotion as we have an intriguing topic for Lent and for this week, modern indulgences. And as we've already gone over what indulgences were and kind of continue to be, let's talk about something that I often find even indulgence is used in the language. You go to a restaurant and there is a decadent or indulge yourself with, some kind of seven-layered molten lava cake, or it's always with desserts, just, yeah, the belt buckle is already bulging, but you can cram one more thing in, right? Do you have room for dessert? Not really. Well, here's the tray. And that strong temptation to just have a little bit of sweets at the end. Now, I want to be sensitive because I know that um, around food, a lot of us have struggles, whether that's with our self-esteem and how we appear, diseases like bulimia and anorexia, and on the opposite end, those who are really struggling and very conscious about their weight. So it is a struggle. But underneath this struggle is this idea that we live in a culture that really spiritually shapes us around food in this culture of scarcity. Well, what do I mean? Because many of us don't miss a whole lot of meals when we're listening to this online. Well, I mean, there is this notion that you've got to get whatever's in front of you and make sure you eat as much as you can. I mean, our country kills on all you can eat buffets, big gulps, supersize it because you just might not have enough. And underneath that is a theology of scarcity. You have to have more than you need because what you need for daily subsistence isn't enough. Go ahead. You deserved it. You earned it. And when I really think about this, I mean, around weight loss and help around eating in our country in 2019, because 2020, everything's skewed, right? Our country, $72 billion spent on help around how we eat. Just to put that in perspective, that is more than 120 countries' gross domestic product. More than everything they sell and make in a year. 120 out of the 200 some countries in the world spend less or produce less than we spend trying to fix our eating problems. And I watched what is the guy's name? Joey Chestnut. He's on ESPN. There's a table of people, and people are watching worldwide as this guy crams 75 hot dogs with buns, dipping them in water in 10 minutes. Why? I mean, my family and everybody grows up with this kind of adage, eat your green beans or your, whatever, because there's children starving. And well, in my day, it was China, or for some, it might have been Ethiopia. But the idea is not everybody has it as good as you. But we have this theology of scarcity, and it has become a modern day indulgence in that this idea that we just never have enough. And it comes as something basic as eating. And so if underneath that, even at a subconscious level, it's always, I've got to have more. I've got to have a bigger size. I've got to have the larger package. I've got to buy two because one, even though I can't eat one in 2 weeks' time, it's not enough. And I wonder just how much that invades every aspect of our life. If our daily bread is really, I've got to have my bread for the month today because I'm afraid that somehow tomorrow I won't have enough. We're operating not on a theology that God is with us and generous and that the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want because he provides green pastures, and still waters. Everything I need. Not everything I want, not everything my heart desires, but daily bread. In a culture that needs bigger, better, more, 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 if even our simple meals have to indulge in, gotta have just a little more. I know it sounds nitpicky, but at a basic need level, I wonder if during this Lenten season we're just programmed, you never have enough. And now that we've named it, what would it look like if each day I thought, Lord, just please grant me enough for today in my need, but make me conscious that I don't need more than in this moment. What would our life look like if we began to push back, to buck the theology of scarcity that is so deeply ingrained in who we are, and realize every little blessing and just how generous God is when we're thankful for what we have and don't need everything our eyes see in front of us? I wonder what life would look like if we could just not be so caught up in, I've got to have more, more, more. It starts at the table. Boy, it sure doesn't end there, does it? Food for thought, a daily bread piece that's enough for this moment for us to wrestle with, I hope, during this Lenten season. Amen.